My boss destroyed my career after I refused to date him, but he forgot I still had access to his secret recordings of female employees. My premay asked me out 8 times before firing me for poor performance after I rejected him, but he never realized I discovered his hidden office camera that recorded every inappropriate comment he ever made about women. Now his wife is my new best friend and his replacement. 6 months ago, I was on track to make director at one of New York's top marketing firms. I'd been James Whitfield's executive assistant for 3 years, managing his schedule, preparing his presentations, and occasionally listening to him complain about his frigid wife while he not so subtly hinted that I should join him for strategy sessions at his hotel during business trips. I always redirected these conversations professionally, pretending I didn't understand what he was implying. My career was too important to risk becoming another number Me Too statistic. Then came the company holiday party. James cornered me by the bar, champagne glass in hand, leaning close enough that I could smell the whiskey on his breath. "You know, Melissa, I've been patient, very patient, but I am starting to think you are deliberately misunderstanding me." I finally dropped the act. "I understand perfectly, James. The answer is no." His smile vanished. "Careful, I am the reason your performance reviews have been so stellar. I can just as easily make them not so stellar." The following Monday, he emailed HR claiming I'd been making critical errors for months. Suddenly, my previously perfect work was being scrutinized. Documents mysteriously disappeared from my files after I'd submitted them. Meetings I'd scheduled were deleted from calendars. 3 weeks later, I was called into Action and informed I was being terminated for performance issues. As I packed my desk, James watched from his office, smirking behind his glass wall. What he didn't know was that 2 months earlier, while searching for a misplaced contract in his office, I discovered something disturbing: a small camera hidden in his bookshelf, positioned to record his entire office, including the couch where female employees typically sat during meetings. I'd found the corresponding cloud storage link on his laptop when he'd asked me to prepare a presentation. Years of recordings, all neatly organized by employee names, mostly women. I wound hours of footage of him making explicit comments about female colleagues when they left his office. I hadn't said anything, scared of losing my job. Ironic how that turned out. The night after my termination, I forwarded the cloud storage link to 3 people. Our company's General Lake, the head of HR, and because I am not completely without mercy, James's wife, Catherine. Catherine called me the next morning. Instead of being angry at me, she asked if we could meet for coffee. "I've suspected for years," she said, eyes clear and focused, "but I needed proof before I could leave." He made sure our front-up was ironclad, unless there was evidence of repeated infidelity. 2 weeks later, James was removed from his position pending an investigation. Instead, I accepted a position at Catherine's new consulting firm, funded entirely by her divorce settlement. She hired 4 other women James had harassed, creating a powerhouse team that just won the account of our former company's biggest client. Yesterday, Catherine and I had lunch on the rooftop of our new office building. She raised her glass with a smile. "May they always capture exactly what they're meant to hide. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even, it's getting better."